There we go. So, welcome everyone to the Constant Canine Companions grooming show. We're coming into nearly our fourth week. On Sunday will be the completion of 3 weeks, and I'm really enjoying it. And as you can see, Obi is getting better on the table, but also he's starting to look really nice. And I've noticed that with people's comments and stuff about him today. So what I want to do tonight is I want to work on his hair. Now I've got a little offer for everyone on Facebook and also on YouTube. And if you're in YouTube, you will see a lot more than just the screen that you're seeing on Facebook. Not Facebook. Yeah, Facebook. But what I'll do is I'll copy the stream link, and if you want to, if you've got a YouTube, pop over YouTube and come and say hi in the chat. So it's the show always starts off. I always give Robbie a good brush through first, just to get all the day's grime off him. We had a walk on the beach today, but it was very overcast. Wasn't the nicest, but as you can see, his hair is looking absolutely fantastic. Now this is the first time for me actually really concentrating on Oberon's hair, and what I want to do is a variety of things. The most important thing is loom bands. I've got a whole box of them here, but if anybody wants these, they're really cheap, but I've got a whole box of them here. There's 12 of them. If people want to just pay for the postage, I'll send them a little bag as well. And I mean, they're all different colours. There's green, there's just every colour you can imagine. I mean, there's multicoloured bags and little black ones for black dogs and black and white for the likes of Obi. But tonight I'll just use the stuff that's already open. These are all unopened, so if anybody wants a packet, let me know on Instant Messenger. So tonight I've got to grab some from here. I had to put my little penny on because I got so covered in hair last night, and when I was laying in bed, sometimes cut hair just makes me itch like hell. So I'm glad I washed this and it just dried off today. So let's get started. So we started off with the brush, just brush it through, but what we'll be doing is a variety of techniques with this comb. I don't need the scissors actually, and this, and hopefully a Kirby grip. What I'm going to use the Kirby grip is to able to hook the hair, push this over the hair so that I can bring the band in and just take it back out again. But also what I'll be doing tonight is I'll be putting lavender into his little hair. Now lavender's very good for a dog in the sense that one, fleas hate it, and I mean hate it with a vengeance. It's nature's natural. This is what they used to use in the big courts and stuff. Now the Lord of the Manor, they would have lavender spewed all over the floor, and the dogs would actually lay on it and rub their backs and get a good scratch, but it takes care of fleas. This is the natural way of doing it. Although I still use flea stuff with phobia if it's really bad, particularly in the summer it can get bad. But I find that keeping a couple of sprigs of lavender on the dog or near the dog around the neck on the actual collar stops fleas from landing, because fleas won't get near lavender. They fly away from it because of the pungent smell. And he likes the smell of lavender. What I want to do is I want to see if I can get him a little crown on top. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure I've got the parting. Now the parting straight down the middle. And from that I can grab what hair I want. Now I've only got 3 sprigs of lavender. No, not anymore. I had about 8, but over the course of the whole day I've been getting Obi up on the table, sort of like playing about, seeing what I can do. So I'll show you what I've learned. So what I did was I looked for the middle parting and I put my comb in there and I grab it. That's the first part. but make sure you got the right on the actual cut where the hair sort of goes from side to side. So what I also used was I used a Kirby grip first of all to hook the hair so that the hair stays in one place while I put the band on, because I found this really difficult the other day there. So it's getting it, twisting it a little bit, yeah, getting the Kirby grip off of it and pushing the Kirby grip down. Oops, I know. I mean, use the comb. If you see bits that's in the way, just brush them out the way. Areas that it don't need to be in there. You're only taking a little small portion of hair. You get your Kirby grip in. I mean, ladies, how do you use this damn thing? My mum used to go right in her hair and like, Jesus. I'm spending about 5 minutes. Well, actually today I spent about 20 minutes just trying to deal with this damn thing. But right, so I've got his Kirby grip in. I've got his little lavender sprig, but I want to use this one. Now what you do is you put the lavender sprig in beside the thingy. What you can do is you can see at the bottom of the thingy, just turn it so it's not sharp. Also, what it does is it releases the juices of the actual lavender. Then what you want to do is go from the top, push it in. If you can. Women are expert at this. Oh, somebody's in there. Let me just... Somebody's actually in my chat on YouTube. Let me see, how do I... Oh, I know what it is. Hey Dodger, how are you, brother? Dodger's another YouTuber that I'm really friends with. I watch this show called Uni Rock and Kev Baker's show on YouTube and TFR. And Dodger's one of the clippers for Uni Rock. And he does some really good videos. Some of them very funny, but a lot of it's also very serious. Anyway, thanks for popping in, Dodger. I really appreciate it, brother. Obi really is a star. Yeah, he is a star. Oops. That's another thing you got to watch out for, is you can pull it out. But I'll put it in another one. So I've got this. I've only wrapped it over, I think, twice. Oh babe, pick your noggin up. Or am I going to put you on the frame? I will put you on the frame. I'm not afraid to. And get it down as far as you can, the band. Now I don't know if I'll get this sprig in here, so what I'll use is I'll use a bigger sprig. What you want to do is get it underneath the actual the thingy, and I've got it. That's it. And what I did was I held on to the bottom of the band and pulled the lavender. Now one thing you're going to have to do with the lavender after you got it through is twist it round the hair, let it break naturally. That's it. And a little bit of scissors just to take a little bit of the stock off. I don't want the whole stock on. I'll probably end up cutting a bit of hair here as well. But yeah, there he's got his first little horn, haven't you? And you notice when I'm using the bat, the what do you call it, the Kirby grip, it makes the hair stand up because I've got it as close to the bottom of his hair as possible. Come there, let everybody have a look at you. Yeah, okay, that, Mr. One Horn. Right. And it stays. But also when he goes out for a walk, because I took him out for a walk just before I started the show, and he had the sprigs in his hair, and people were like, what? Right, so I want to grab the hair on the parting, yeah? Right, that's it, mister. You're playing about. He's being dodgy with me. Not Dodger, Dodgy. Head in. You make me feel like I'm murdering you, Obi. Right, so start on that pattern again, get the pattern, get the hair. Drag away the hair that you don't need. Just a little bit. Don't overdo it. Kirby grip. Yeah, these things are fiddly. But it really does help getting the actual band in. Obi, stop it! You're being naughty. Stop it. I mean it. Stop it. Oh. That's one thing you're going to have to watch about with the loom bands. They do snap. Pick your noggin up. Alright, you're going on. I'm sorry. I'll put him on from the back first, because that's probably the reason why he pulled himself out there, because he was able to crouch down. You will learn, you know that. So, let me start that one again, because it's just went all over the place. Now this is the thing about dog grooming. Sometimes it can go really well, and other times it can be quite cumbersome. So get your area you want, comb it down. Yeah, a couple of tangles in there, mister. Oh, you got a couple of tangles in there. Get the Kirby grip in, get it as far in as possible down the stalk, the hair. Now, let's pick a purple one. Shall we have a purple one? Head over here. Will we have a purple one? I mean, I find 3 or 4 times with actual bands. It depends on the actual band itself, but remember they're very, very delicate. They do break very, very easily. Then get it down as far as you can. Pull the Kirby grip back out. Where's your other sprigs? I thought there was another one. Get the sprig underneath at least one of the little bands. And there we go. Right, a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight. One of them is something I read from Jim Mason's Facebook page, and that was TV licenses. If you're on Facebook, oh wait a minute, let me get the thing before you. My actual page. I'm just trying to find my my live video on YouTube. I mean, you can wrap the hair in it, or you can just leave it standing up. It looks quite comical, but it's actually I don't know how to find my live channel on YouTube, so I can give you my I'll be a second. Ah, here we go. Hey Dodger, he is beautiful, Dodger. I really love Hobie. He's my best pal in the whole wide world. My best. Oh, stop. Why? Hey Dodger, he is beautiful, Dodger. I really love Hobie. My best pal in the whole wide world. My best. Oh, stop. I don't know. Yeah, it's beautiful. I really love Adobe. He's my best pal in the whole. I don't know why that happened there. Sorry about that. I'm trying to do everything. This is the first time I want that off the screen. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared for two channels. Right, let's go home. I need my wireless mouse again, I really do. This mouse is absolutely crap. There we go. If you're in Facebook, I've just put a link to the YouTube channel, which if you go there you can actually see what I'm actually doing. Anyway, the picture is to an elderly couple, and it basically says, last week they were thanking us for saving the world in 1940s, you know, the Second World War. This week they took our TV licenses off of us. 1. BBC are the mouthpiece of the government. Don't forget, these people could come up to your door day or night and demand to come in. You don't need to let them in, you can tell them to F off at the door, which I always do. But then I go into a tirade at them because my ex-wife worked in the Tavistock, saw files of the BBC and paedophilia, drug abuse, and all sorts of things, and it included MPs, it included royalty, it included a lot of people. So I hate the BBC. I hate what they stand for. I don't even look at their page on the internet. I get my news from the likes of Unirock, Kev Baker, or from what else I can pick up from YouTube and Facebook, but I won't tolerate stuff like that. So for me, them taking the TV license away is no big deal, because it's not worth the money. It really isn't. What, £180 for how many repeats each year? And remember, these people are the mouthpiece for the government. I've just given this a little twist here because I always like to do 3 bunches. It's sort of Holy Trinity. That's it. Push it as far down onto the hair, because the further you can get it down, the better it stands. Now let's try we'll try a red one. Eh? This one feels a bit tight. Sometimes you can tell the ones that are actually going to bust. See? Sometimes you can just feel it. You just know it. But the thing is, the vast majority of them don't break. It's just that they are very small. But like I says, these are the type of things you can just pull off and they won't damage the hair. So this is the 4th time I got that one on. But usually 3 times is usually enough. Push it down as far as you can get it. Where did that lavender sprig go? I know you've got another one hiding. Again, this one's got a nice long stalk on it. So find, I mean, you can put them at the front. Just get it underneath an elastic. Pull it through. Break it a little bit. Twist it about. That's it. Just take a little bit off at the bottom. There we go. Oh no, that's going to come out. But I know exactly where to put this. Right underneath the first sprig. And that means that will hold it in place. But there you go. Oops. Oh, let me cut that off, Adobe. Adobe? Sorry, you're not Adobe. You're Adobe. Adobe. But there you go. Let me take this off you now. That's it, chops through. Remember, like I always say, if your dog's on the frame, you don't leave the frame for nothing. And in emergency, cut them. I'll leave that up there. But yeah. So, I've always been against the TV license. I won't have a TV license because I don't agree with any of the policies. I don't agree with the ethics. Remember when me and Obi were on the Anne Robinson show, it just made me look fucking pitiful. And I didn't feel pitiful, I felt strong. But they didn't portray that. All they went for was they wanted to know more about vice, they wanted to know about drug abuse in the actual home. And I just says, well, it's like any place that's got its problems. But what was interesting, when I was coming home today, I was sitting on the top stairs of the bus, it was packed for a change. But what I noticed, when I was sitting up the back, this guy says, "Hey, Obi." And it was somebody from Percival Terrace. And I racked my brain and it racked my brain and it racked my brain. I recognised his face, but I didn't recognise until later exactly who he was. Now this guy is a piece of work, and I mean a piece of work. When we were in Percival Terrace, Percival Terrace, he was very heavily into spice. And spice is a terrible drug. I would advise never to touch it. But anyway, he was found masturbating in another guy's bed. And the thing was, the guy got such a shock, a couple of weeks later he had a heart attack and died. And that was the start of all the deaths in Percival Terrace. There was 6 deaths in 1 year in Percival Terrace. Not once was it mentioned in the newspapers. Not once was it brought up by the BBC. Not once was it brought up by the council. Not once was it brought up by the NHS. Not once was it brought up by concerned citizens except for myself. And when I've asked for freedom of information, the names of the people who died there, I don't get anything. That is one of the reasons why I will not have a TV license, because they're all connected. See, all the media is owned by 7 families throughout the whole world. The Murdochs, all those scumbags. Yeah. Remember his day in court because of all the hacking. This is the most humblest day of my life. No, he should have had a bullet in his head. Oh, treat. I'm sorry, but I really can't stand these people. There you go, mate. You've worked hard. So, the next thing I wanted to bring up is the Jim Mason. But yeah, that's quite a poignant picture. I would look in Jim Mason's, if you're a friend of his, look at his page. I think it's really sad to see that. Alright, so that's gone. And the reason why, if you're on YouTube, you can see the picture. The reason why I carry 2 leads. 1, it's extra length. 2, if you're caught short and you want to go into a shop, I don't leave 4 because I've got a jacket, I can take them in. But this allows you to tie them up a lot more secure outside. 2, remember what happened in the park, the dog attacking Obi, and I used the lead to strangle it. I can take this off really quickly, but it's mostly meant for holding a dog. And I know how to hold it from the back, legs between its thighs, and just hold it. That was the only way, but when that dog was so bloody strong, I could have killed it. I wanted to. I did want to. Hello. But that's one of the reasons that I use the 2 leads. Also, it gives them a little bit of extra space at night. Like I says, the only times I'll use the extension lead is over in the park, especially when there's cattle up there, there's cows, there's sheep. And I don't want any farmer having a pot shot at Obi because he's running about like a lunatic. But so yeah, I always carry 2 leads, and also it gives you more of a grip because I have arthritis in my hands. I've if I wrap the lead, the top lead around my hand, I can hold them without any pain in my hands. Hello. Right, let me just check, see if anybody else is in here. Thanks for watching, Dodger. It's really nice. You're my first person in my chat, and I'll have to make you a moderator. I'll do it later. Once I don't know how to actually do that, but one thing, Dodger, you have to show me is how to do the clipping service for uni, because I'd like to do a couple of little things as well. We're all lap busters, although I'm more of a dog groomer, but I talk things about more to do with dogs, more to do with life. Like I says, I'm non-political. I can't stand politics. I'm non-religious. I'm spiritual. And I'm just absolutely potty about doing dog grooming. I love dog grooming. Dog grooming is absolutely fantastic. It's very, very rewarding. Now let's just do a little bit of since his hair's all up nice, I'll just do a little bit of thyming, tidying up, because he's got the little areas around here where the hair is really long still. See, look, there's a multitude of hair there, Obi. Like I always say, don't cut too much, just tiny little bit each time. This is why I like wearing the pinny, because I got all the hair all over me last night. I ended up having to get up and actually give myself a good bloody clean. And remember, pay attention, see where the hair just ridges here. I thought you took care of the ridge. Remember to back comb as well, because that'll pick out all the other hair. You have to change the position on the comb from time to time when it's really thick hair. And like I say, always pay attention to the direction the hair's moving in. Alright, that's the back of his leg. Just a little bit at a time. When you're going to do something like the trim here now, the actual mane, it's probably better to actually use the scissors. Although I'm very tempted, but I don't want it looking too artificial. I want it to still look natural. And with this, you're definitely going to need the comb. What I'm doing is I'm basically focusing on the white hair, not the black hair, because his mane seems to be mostly white. I'm definitely going to get a new pair of scissors on Wednesday. I'll go to Boots to get them. At least I know with Boots they will work. And they're only a fraction of the price of my pet store ones. But the thing is, with the pet stores, yeah, I mean, they do the proper brushes, like the slicker brushes with nice thick handles. Why can't they do that with scissors? I think it's all to do with aesthetics, making it look pretty, but actually it's not pretty. I also got to watch, sometimes the white hair is really mixed in with the, there we go. It's just taking it down a little bit earlier at a time. You left up with me, are you? You think Daddy's gonna have to stop soon? I'm tired. I want my dinner. He's such a moaner. Although, thankfully, hopefully you can't hear it, but he's... I mean, there's different techniques for actually doing the actual cut, but I'm just learning them all a little bit at a time. I don't want it to look too sharp, I want it to look more rounded. And what this does is it makes the mane stand. What's happening is it's going up like that, but right here it's right at a point, and I can see exactly where I need to cut it, as long as it doesn't move. Oh, I don't need these for that. I need this. I do much prefer this. What I should do is take advantage of his position that he's put himself in, so that I can actually get in there and deal with the areas that need it. The thing is, if you do a little bit each day, it soon takes a shape of its own. I suppose the good thing about this comb is actually it's got the little ridge along the side of it. So it means that you've always got about maybe 2-3 millimeters along here. So you know you're not going to overcut if you only ever cut a little bit each time. So always keep that in mind. Right, stand up. Oberon. Oberon. I only need to tell you 3 times. Hey, pick your head up. Oh, he's got his little fringe as well, look. He's got his little fringe. So here's my lavender king for tonight, King Oberon. King of the fairies. He's a lavender fairy, aren't you? Hmm? Yeah, lavender fairy. Yeah, yeah. Heavy kisses, eh? Heavy kisses, mister. Aren't you good? Oh, yes you are. Yes you are. Yes you are, big buggy tail. Right, come on then. Let's give you a treat. Right. So tomorrow we'll still be doing a lot more tidying up, but what we will be doing is that we'll be working a little bit more on the paws, I think. The paws are nice and clean, so they don't need any what do you call it? They don't need any cornstarch. But also, if you look at his beard, can you see the whiteness coming through? I can. Oh yeah. Oh, give you a big oh yeah. Oh. Anyway, thank you all for watching tonight, and thank you all for watching on YouTube as well. I really appreciate it. And if you would please like, subscribe and ding that bell so you know exactly when Oberon's coming along. It's fair warning. Anyway, thank you all. Good night. God bless. Take care. Obi, I can't get to the left. You Mr. Big Balls. Right. Thanks all for watching. Thank you all. Thanks, Dodger. I will see you all tomorrow at 9 PM GMT, 5 PM Eastern Standard Time, and 2 PM Pacific Standard Time. 2 PM. Could you imagine doing a show at 2 PM? I think most of the Britain would be actually asleep at that time, honestly. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow.